Honorable Presidency, distinguished delegates, when we define the boundaries of the principle of the freedom of expression, as enshrined in the European Convention of Human Rights, Article 10, the line between freedom of expression and unacceptable hate speech is often difficult and blurred when it comes to elected officials like people sitting here today, as opposed to private persons. This balance is quite sensitive, since politicians are public figures, yet still human beings, of course. So where is the boundary, and who is to define this boundary? In 1986, the European Court of Human Rights ruled that politicians, and I quote, must display a greater degree of tolerance. But we must also remember the nuances. I know many female young elected local politicians in Denmark, aged under 25. Some of the barriers that they faced includes that older politicians often question their mandate and their authority. So an example is that in a local negotiation process, in a municipal committee in Denmark, there was a female 22-year-old politician, representative, that was elected, that was sitting across a much older, very experienced politician. They belonged to the same party. Yet through the negotiation, another older politician implied that she did not have the necessary authority to conclude the negotiations on behalf of her party. So what does this story show? It shows that hate speech and discrimination is not always explicit through words, but still very impactful. So especially young female politicians at local and regional level have to defend their mandate more than others. So although they're elected like any other representative, their vote counts the same. So if an older politician's mandate is worth more than their older counterpart, if an older politician's mandate is more worth than a younger counterpart, we can never have the chance to meaningfully engage in politics. So age should not be the representation criteria. It should be competences. It should be merits. During the election campaign last year in November for the local and regional elections, a lot of young female candidates that I know also experienced hate speech offline and online. And that was because of their age, their gender. It was comments about appearance. It was comments about their clothes, their gender, why they were even being elected or why they were running for elections. So why is this? And now that they actually got elected, they're questioned all the time, and they have to prepare even more than their older counterparts to not being misrepresented. So that's one reason why we don't engage in politics, but we should. So we as youth delegates call this Congress to shift the general focus of hate speech towards those groups that are the most impacted by hate speech, which is often young, often female politicians in local regional level. Thank you.